How to add, edit, or change roles on your Wix website. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video, I'll show you step by step how it works, how to give certain roles and permissions, and how to remove them or change them. So this is going to be a very important video because this is going to be literally giving someone else the power to do certain things on your site on your behalf. So this is going to be very important. So first you will need to access your dashboard on your Wix website. So make sure you go to wix.com and choose the proper site. So if you have multiple, just make sure you choose the proper one. So let's just say this is the one that we wanted to go with. So open up the main dashboard, and this is going to be for the default Wix. I'm not going to be using Wix Studio. I know it says Wix Studio on the top left, but this is only because I have a Wix Studio website, but this is for the default Wix. It may be a little bit different on Wix Studio. So simply, by default, you're going to be the only one who has any permissions on your Wix website. You're going to be the only one, and you're going to have the role owner because you're the owner of your site. Then you can feel free to start adding people, and everything is going to be within the same place. And this place is going to be the roles and permissions settings page. So simply navigate to the settings tab on the main dashboard. So just scroll down to the bottom. You should be able to find settings, click on settings, and then once it loads in, you want to scroll down a little bit more and you should be able to find it within the general settings here, roles and permissions. Now, if you don't find that for some reason, maybe it's going to be a little bit different for you, you can feel free to just search for it through the settings search or even for the entire search for the Wix website or the dashboard. You're going to be able to find it. Just search up roles and it's going to pop up right away. So generally speaking, you're going to find it within general. So click on roles and permissions. And once you open this up, you're going to find all the different users that are going to be in here. And everyone is going to have the role written right next to them. So this is going to be me, just a test account. And then I also have the role that shows here that I'm the owner. But if it was something else, it's also going to show that right there. And also, it's also going to have the joined on column here, which is going to be very useful as well. So you can actually navigate when this person was actually invited to your Wix store. So it obviously depends on your plan, how many people how many people you can actually invite. But if you want to invite anybody, for the free version, by the way, you get 5. So if you want to invite somebody, just click on invite collaborators on the top right corner. And once you click on that, you simply just want to add some details about them. So their email, and then you would want to add the roles. So I'm just going to get a temporary email real quick. So you can add multiple at a time, but I don't recommend it. Just add one at a time. This way you can really focus on each person and see what each person is going to actually get when it comes to permissions. Unless they're all the same, but still, even then, I recommend that you do it one by one. Maybe you can add someone else by accident and give them the power that you don't really want to give them. Like a co-owner, for example, or something like that. Anyways, once you add the emails, you simply just want to scroll down. You should be able to find select roles. Now, roles are just basically going to be, you could say, for example, if you give them the admin role, this is going to pretty much just give them everything. They can do whatever they want with the site as if it's their own, except for deleting or transferring the site. Other than that, it's pretty much a free game for them. So you can feel free to give it to someone that you fully trust. This way you can just go ahead and set this up. It's going to be easier for you to use this way. But again, you also have more things like website manager. You can actually read through what it does give them and what it doesn't give them. So website manager, designer. So if you want to hire a designer, you simply just give them the website designer option. So back office manager, content writer, things like that. If you want to go to more detail, so let's say you're not really sure what these mean. So the admin one is obvious, but other than that, you really want to go into much detail. In that case, you want to really just go through them one by one. So CMS roles, you're going to find the different CMS roles for that. You're going to find the billing roles. So And let's say you want to have them manage something about billing. You just want to go here, see which one is going to suit them best, and highlight it, and just go to the next one. Just go to the marketing and customer management roles. See if you want to give them the marketing manager option. If yes, just go ahead and tick it and go to the next one. So stores roles. So do they actually manage the store or not? If not, just go to the next one, blog roles. If they manage anything about the blog, for example, if they were the writer, you can feel free to add them as blog writer or even a guest writer. So you can just go in and check every single role that you actually want to create for that person. So this is going to be the more detailed way, which I prefer always to go this way. Because at the end of the day, this is going to be really tailored exactly to what you need them to have. Not more, not less. And if you have a kind of repetitive sort of role that you give people, but it is not listed in here, then in that case, you can just click on Create Custom Role, give it a title, so we can just do Officer, for example, like that, and you can just feel free to give it a description just to remind yourself what this role does offer for the person. So you can just go in and give it a description, just like I said, to remind yourself. And then you would want to go ahead and give them the permissions needed for that. Again, in full depth. If you really want to go through all of this and really read through it and give them the proper permissions to go with it, feel free to do so. It's actually going to be such a, more thorough process to take if you really want to heighten your security, pretty much is what all I'm trying to state here. So this is going to be completely up to you on how much you want to dig deep into it. So if you really want to lay back, you don't really want to go through all of that, you can just go ahead and give them for example, the website designer role, and just make sure you read through the description. And if you're happy with it, you're good to go. Just click on send and the invite on the top right corner, and it's pretty much sent. If you want to be more thorough, like I said, just click on create custom role and, add the roles exactly what you want them to be. So once you send the invite, it's going to be pretty much up to them to join. And once they join, you're going to be able to actually click on their name and change everything to whatever you want it to be. So let me just go and demonstrate that real quick. Hopefully with this test email is actually going to work. Okay, so it's not perfect because it's still pending, and they did not accept because it just logs me back into my actual account. But if it were to actually happen and they're working now with your site, you can always just go here and just either remove them or change the role and do the same process again. Either by choosing one of the presets or creating your own for them. And this is going to basically overrule the previous set of roles that you gave them. And this is pretty much all for this video. Hopefully you found it to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.